Welcome to Special Grade Snacks, the Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast. We're your special grade snacks.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kay.
Well, we watched some episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen.
2 equally normal episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Extremely comparable in normality.
Yeah, one of them had like a little pervert child in it.
Yeah.
And one of them had the worst thing that's ever happened to a gay man.
I fucking hate Ui so much.
I'll say, obviously, he's a victim. It's not his fault, but I don't like to see him.
Yeah. I was talking with Amadeus about the little freak, and it's, Amadeus is raising up a good point, which is like, I would kind of think he was funny if it wasn't like that, and he was just like gassing up his sister at every turn.
Yeah, and he's just, the part where he's like, she gave you a compliment, just say thank you. And he's always like, yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
that part is good.
There are shades of good in this, but unfortunately, he is constantly doing like fucking
like a little blusher and ooh.
Yeah.
On his large adult sister.
Yeah, he keeps a hanky in his back pocket that he puts down for his sister to sit on that I know he never washes.
He better wash it, or her dress will get dirty.
Oh, that's true. He goes as long as he possibly can without washing it. I hate him. Like, it's not his fault. I hate Mei here, too, but, like...
I hate him being in the story.
Yes.
But it's not his fault. He's, like, 8 or something.
Yeah, he's just a little boy.
He goes around in those little shorts. God, he's, like, so close to a character you could like.
Right, he's so close to being a little business boy,
it's
but
Mei
unfortunately...
fault. Don't forget to hate Mei. I'm always telling people this. They get distracted by how sexual her tits are, but don't forget to hate her.
Yeah. Mei looks so stupid in these fucking episodes.
Her stupid! So her front braid, like previously, I feel like it didn't cover her whole entire face when viewed from the front, but now it does, and it looks very
right.
funny.
It used to be like a little narrower, so it was kind of dumb, but
side.
Yeah. But now, and it's like, it is off to the side in close-ups, but when it's in like a wider shot, it is just like completely obfuscating her face.
Yeah, it's like, she can't see forward. She's like a prey animal, she has to look from the sides.
Right, yeah. She's like the opposite of Neighbor Wilson from Home Improvement. Like, you can only see the bottom half of her face. I would love to, when there's like things like there's a sequence in Home Improvement that like has stuck in my head forever where they're at a diner and Wilson also happens to be there, and just like the way everything is shot, it just is like, a pitcher of coffee in the foreground is obscuring the lower half of his face.
That's
or like the scene in the Simpsons movie when Bart's penis is being obscured for like a Christian minute by just a bunch of accoutrements. I want this for me. Yeah, I want to see her hair get cut off and then just she's only shot with like a street sign obscuring the top half of her face or something.
There was one shot in the second episode where they were like covering up the top half of Gojo's face, and I was like, "What's going on here? Are we just saving the eye budget?"
They got it. Listen,
I know those eyes are expensive.
They are. We should get into these episodes.
Sure. I think the first one is just called Shibuya Incident.
Yeah, Shibuya moment. Shibuya and car moment. We just get Gojo like having entered the barrier, like surveying the scene, and he's like, it seems like there's 2 barriers here. That sucks. I think I know what they're after though. And he bounces, he like jumps down onto the crowd of people. He's levitating
in front of everyone. I'm like, is there not rules about this?
I think
no
like
one is pointing like, "Hey, the flying man?" ? I
do think, like, I do think there are rules. Like there were rules that were like discussed at the start of the season, like, you know, when the trio got in trouble for not putting up a veil.
I guess he's already in a veil. What veil is he gonna put? But
right, and also like, you know, saving these people is the priority. We do not need to keep this shit under wraps.
Seem to care about saving people at any junction in these episodes.
Yeah. The thing is that he has no ability to like save people in a preventative way. In a preventative way that is killing everyone.
Like 30 people fall from the ceiling and he doesn't like go to catch them. He just kind of goes like, ugh.
Yeah, he seems largely unbothered by the amount of bodies that drop in this episode.
Yeah, he's not interested. It's very funny that the plan revolves around like, we're using these people as human shields, and Gojo's like, damn, these people are dying. Oh, right. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
The villains really like don't get Gojo, unfortunately.
No, they don't. Well, they get one of them does.
A little too much. I will argue that even Kenjaku does not understand Gojo properly.
No, but understands him enough to make a run of it.
He knows one thing, and unfortunately that one thing is like 90% of his character. Writing down just Gojo was gay once. Yeah.
God, Amadeus and I were talking last night about was Gojo gay more than once? Because this is a question that they have asked themselves many times, and
I don't believe in it. There's a lot of debate in the fanfiction community, but I don't believe in it.
I don't ship. I don't. We're not shipping them. I do think that Nanami and Gojo did fuck like once.
I think that Geto and Nanami is more fun.
This also. I read some. I've been prowling around on fanfiction.website for, by which I mean AO3, of course. You know, there is an amount of Nanami and Mahito content on there, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, you know, whenever anyone has like a fated villain or whatever, people will ship them at least a little.
Yeah.
And Nanami and Mahito were fighting quite a bit in the first season, and perhaps even in this season. Yeah. I think what it really is people are desperately horny for Nanami and they need to put him with someone.
Yeah.
That's a lot of why these things happen.
There's also probably from the other end of the coin people that are desperately horny for Mahito and just trying to put him with someone, and it's like...
Are you writing fanfiction, Sarah?
Not currently.
I don't know who else would be posting those then.
There are dozens of there's a contingency of Mahito fans.
Yeah, all the ones who draw him as like a big titty girl in the little...
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't fucking get it.
They don't get it.
Like, the pure Mahito form is from the manga when he is like... When he is just like fucking wimpy-chested little guy.
When he has the bird feet, or when he's going slug mode.
Yeah, when he is so sucks.
He's the guy who sucks, but he will never have depression.
Yeah. Mahito shirtless I hate to see just because of how shredded his ass is. Put his shirt back. Put a shirt back on that piece. Let me pretend that he is just wasting away under
He transfigured it, you know. He's decided to be buff.
I know he can, but I don't think that he would or should. Mahito was very cute in these episodes.
As a noted Mahito hater, I can't deny he had some cutie moments.
Yeah. But so Gojo jumps down and like just stomps on everyone's faces, but not actually because of the infinity. He just kind of like leapfrogs across the crowd. We see we see a Frankenstein, we see a Wonder Twins, we see an Elf Girl, we see Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, a lot of people in funny outfits.
Yeah. Later on we see a Chun-Li. I'm pretty sure at like the point in the second episode when Gojo is going beast mode and just like ripping everything's head off, there is like a split second where you can see like an Akuma from Street Fighter jacket.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I was on high alert for it. You know, there's a Chun-Li, there's an Android 17. We found Waldo. Waldo's there. But yeah, then we cut to after Gojo's like, I think I know what they want. I'll play along for now, eating cereal. We cut to Mei Itadori and the little pervert Ui Ui. And they just kind of give the rundown, and
there's a lot of maps involved. It's a little confusing.
Yeah, it worked better for me in the manga, I'll say.
There's two floors. There's a lot of floors, actually. There's 5 floors.
Yeah, there's 5 floors, and there's a staircase directly to the 2nd floor and one directly to the 4th floor. But, like, having played the first hour or 2 of Persona 5, I know how this works.
There's 2 veils, and there's a guy between the veils.
Yes.
Maybe this will be important for later.
So yeah, they just kind of like get the details, and then they're like, oh, actually, there's a different station we have to go to. Let's go walk over there. And let's go take care of this. And this is when, we cut back to the gay pride floating down onto the tracks, in the station, and squaring up with Jogo, Hanami, and Choso. And then I think that just happens, and then the OP happens. Then we get back from the OP, and there's this like cute brunette window who kind of looks like Komi-san from Komi-san Can't Communicate.
A little, but she is communicating.
Yeah, she is communicating very well, where she is just like, hey, there's 2 barriers, here's what we think is up. Also, there's someone between the barriers. Also, there's transfigured humans down there. My little Meow Meow has been putting in the work.
And Itadori, like, zoom in on his face, his eyes are shaking. No, who could it be? My arch villain, who balloon exploded my little friend. Do you remember this part?
Do you remember when he turned him into Yoshi?
He did. There's like another person who like head explodes the same way to remind you. Yeah. We Mei and Itadori get to like the entrance, and Mei uses dragon darts to send out her little crows. Yeah.
And while they're like exploring and seeing around, we get the explainer of like, oh, she is seeing through their eyes. And making us again question: does Mei have? Is
she
Mei
seeing
blind?
With her people eyes out normal style? True or false?
I think she is, but there's just so much weirdness that would intimate otherwise.
It's very strange, because like Gojo wears his blindfold because he like sees metaphysically, right? Yeah, so right. He doesn't need to seeing usually. So like having another character like that kind of makes it seem like Mei also, but it could be that she's just copying.
Yeah, it's very hard to say. It doesn't really matter, I guess. It's just what's
going on with Mei?
Yeah, what's her deal? She loved money.
Yeah, she loved
her deal.
Karasuno fighting.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the little giant gets pulped. Very sad.
Yeah, very sad. Exploded crow. Yeah.
And then Mei turns to Itadori and asks, "Would you rather fight one human-sized grasshopper or 100 grasshopper-sized humans?" And then she explains like the general gist of the plan, which is like they're using the transfigured humans or the curses to like hoard everyone down to like the 5th floor under the station, and then killing them,
doing something evil down there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. When Mei asks him that, Itadori's not happy about Mahito being here.
Hates
and is
Mahito.
Like, I will fight the grasshopper though. I will fight the big boy.
Yeah. It's easy for me, Itadori.
Yeah. There's I don't know. I kind of think this is a sweet moment for Mei very briefly when they split up, and she's like, if I can be greedy, I hope I hope by the time we're reunited, all the humans are safe and everything. It is a minor like human-ish moment from Mei.
Yeah, hopefully just Gojo will solve everything and we won't have to worry anymore. That's what usually happens.
Yeah, he do be doing that very frequently. And Itadori eats a big spoonful of cereal and says, "I won't lose anymore."
I believe him.
I believe him.
I believe in him.
He'll win this.
He'll
winning.
Win.
So Itadori descends the staircase and finds a grasshopper man eating a businessman.
Eat is his whole head.
Just chomping his whole fucking head off. Yeah. The grasshopper man is like, "I'm clever. I'm smart.
I love the grasshopper man."
We do.
He's so funny.
He is. I will say, I didn't dislike this at all, but I did find the comedy hitting a lot better. Like, I felt like the beats hit a lot better for me when I read this versus when I watched it, which is like, this has not always been the case. Like, It's Like That episode, like, absolutely fired on all cylinders for me in the show, and like, not in a way that it was better for me than in the manga. If you liked the grasshopper man fight in the anime, maybe go read those manga chapters.
There one part where the grasshopper is like, "You don't even know what curse I am," and Itadori's like a curse of grasshoppers, and he's like, "Gah!" for like 8 full seconds. Was very funny to me.
I felt the opposite personally. I felt like
I thought it was so funny how long it went on.
I felt like it lingered a bit too long, but I can, agree to disagree. It takes all kinds.
How did you know? I'm the curse of grasshopper.
It is, don't get me wrong, it is a funny moment where you're just like, how could you possibly know? Oh my god, he must be clever. Itadori is like, I could not possibly deal with this dumb bullshit at this moment. But then he notices like the little veil spike that is producing the veil, and he's like, I don't think this grasshopper man could do a veil. And his Gojo Tulpa pops in and says, veils are kind of difficult, actually. There are many people who are strong, but can't do a veil. However, I am strong and I can do a veil, though. Haha.
If I remember, maybe.
Yo-ho.
Yo-ho.
Gojo would say Yahoo.
I need him to, actually. It's turning out.
The grasshopper man says, Mahito's curses are bad. Did you know? The transfigured humans are not yummy. This sucks.
You can't even eating them. What's the point?
Right, it's, listen, we've all been there, bud. The Itadori just like fucking like instant transmissions and like kicks him in the face through a wall. And is like, hey, I don't know what your fucking deal is, but you need to stop underestimating humans.
Stop eating that man, please. I'm right here.
And then this is when we get do you know what kind of curse I am? You don't even know. And he's just like, grasshopper.
Probably grasshopper. You're looking like a large grasshopper man right now.
Yeah. And then when we come back from the eye catch, we get an explainer of a locust plague, which just sounds kind of nasty.
Is a locust and grasshopper the same? Is that what they're saying or no?
I don't think so. Hold on, all locusts are grasshoppers, but not all grasshoppers are locusts.
Like a square. Oh, okay.
I did not know. This is like me finding out that coriander and cilantro are the same. We just get a description of the locust plague because locusts need to eat their weight every day to growing strong and healthy. Mm-hmm. So if there was like a plague of locusts or like a swarm of locusts that weighed a ton, they would have to eat a lot of food, and they would just eat everything and leave a big stinky pile of black goop that they secrete.
Yeah, they making goo.
Yeah, they making goo. And then we just get like a long fight.
Yeah, a lot of punches are thrown.
Yeah. The fight looks good,
good.
The pacing of it feels a little weird in a way that I just can't quite place. And I don't really have like I'm not going to complain too much about it because like most of the fights in the season have been great. This one is just like this is like a B to me as opposed to like a bunch of other A.
Let Itadori take a W before it all goes down.
Yeah, he takes the dub. I'm happy to see it. It's a perfectly fine fight. It's not a bad one. It just feels weirdly paced compared to other ones that we get in this season. It is
just like it's not a close fight.
No, absolutely not.
This grasshopper tried to stab him with his dick and it did not work.
No, it doesn't. The grasshopper is like, are you clever or not clever?
I'm clever.
I'm clever, so I know. And Itadori's just like, clever people don't brag about being clever. And the grasshopper is like, what? But?
That can't be true.
But? What? And then they just do like Dragon Ball fist-to-fist contact for like 30 seconds. And then I want to talk about, have you seen any of the dumb bullshit that's been going around about like the Save Jujutsu Kaisen petition?
Yeah, there's ghosting in this part.
Yeah, it looks fine.
It looks fine.
Like
if it's too dim for you, just turn up the brightness on your monitor.
Right. It genuinely just looks like an anime. I'm sorry that you like look at where we came from. Like look at like a fucking exchange like this in a Dragon Ball fight, where it's just like a bunch of smear frames of fists, like the same like 6 frames of fists bonking off of each other for like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. We've come a long way. Take it.
Yeah, the ghosting doesn't bother me at all. There's a little more ghosting in the next episode with Gojo too, and it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's like genuinely fine. Like buy the Blu-rays if you hear that much.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna buy the fucking Blu-ray. Shut the fuck up.
You better buy the Blu-ray.
Just like the Save Jujutsu Kaisen is just so much like
it's really cringe.
Who give a shit? Like
it's very funny to think that they're looking at that also, or that a petition could do anything.
Right. It's just dumb fucking anime nerds.
Yeah.
The grasshopper man just gets the tar smashed out of him. And then Itadori hits the T-pose and looks fucked up and evil in shadow.
Yeah. Do you think this is good?
Yeah, it looks good.
It does look good. It looks cool.
And then Itadori goes in for the final blow and the grasshopper's like, actually, check out my huge perfect cell cock.
It shoots eggs, my ovipositor.
Yeah, it's his huge perfect cell ovipositor. But then Itadori like ducks under it and just like punches it so hard it just detaches.
His dick right off.
Yeah, just absolutely snaps that thing off.
And he dies from that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if someone punched my penis off, I would probably also die from that.
It's possible.
A lot of blood goes through there.
Yeah, it was all purple.
Yeah, yeah. The little veil maker totem thingy gets snapped in half.
It's a metaphor for exploding a penis. Do you get it?
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell what it was at first because all they show is just like the snapped in half thing, and I was like, "What is that supposed to be? Like a metaphorical representation of what Izori just did to this grasshopper's penis?"
Well, it's kind of like a, they're both the same kind of thing.
Yeah, when they show it broken in half, it kind of looks like a turkey baster that's been snapped in twain. But I understood what it was the second time. I was made to understand. Yeah, Itadori bends down and like prayers about the businessman who got his head chomped off. And then we cut to Mahito, who is at like an empty train station and is like, the bug guy died. That sucks. Ah, well, it's a living. And he does a gay little walk that was gayer in the manga, and I wish they had animated him walking like Gojo.
I know they'll give him gayer walks. He's walking all the time. They
give him many gay activities in these pairs of episodes. I'm very happy with them. We cut to Meimei and Itadori to just like running, and this is when like Meimei's braid is just entirely in her fucking face, like completely obscured.
She should fall down these stairs.
Yeah, she slides over cars while she shoots down the escalators. And this is when we get the moment of Meimei being like, "Oh, you did a good job," and Itadori's like, "It would have been hard if it was Mahito." And then he was like, "Take the fucking compliment, asshole," and he's like, "Thank you very much." It's one of the few moments where I'm like, "Oh, you might not be that bad."
The important thing is that Itadori is so good that he makes Ryui standable.
He's just a nice boy.
He's a nice boy.
They get down to like the third or fourth. I think it's the third floor. Maybe
I thought it was the fifth. Was where they were going.
Yes, it is the fifth. You're right. You're right. It is the fifth. And there's like a deeply traumatized woman waiting for them. And then we cut from them finding her to Hanami putting up like a netting of roots over a big hole.
Yeah. You better not run away, Gojo. And Gojo's like, "You're the one who called me. Why would I can't. Why would I run?"
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not gonna run. Like if I run, you're just gonna kill everyone here, right?" And then Jogo's like, "Dumbass, I'm gonna kill everyone here, and then also you."
I'm gonna get at you. Rawr.
And then we get a cut to, was this in the manga? I like this. I know this explainer was in the manga, but was them playing on the playground with bubbles in the manga?
I don't remember. I think so, actually. The bubbles for sure. I don't remember if like Hanami and Mahito running around was part of it.
Yeah, like, yeah. Because, like, we just get an explainer of, like, not Geto being like, "Jogo, do you know when Gojo's at his strongest?" And Jogo just says, "Don't fucking drag it out, just fucking tell me." God, such a drama queen.
I'm sick of this guy.
Yeah, and Geto explains that Gojo's at his strongest when he's alone. Whenever there's a sorcerer around him, that's little more than a handicap. There's a very extended bubble metaphor that goes on here.
Do you understand? You can pop him like a bubble. Like a limitless is like a bubble.
It's weird that... Do you remember when Mahito blew bubbles in the second OP back in season 1? Did that came up,
I don't
right?
think they were related. I think the bubble blowing is just like, haha, this is a fun time, isn't it?
Yeah, he's silly.
I guess he kind of makes people into bubbles and pops them and explodes them.
Yeah, sure. I'll go with that. I'm good with that. Let's see. This is when they like open all the subway gates and like let a bunch of people spill onto the tracks. And Gojo is 2 for 2 this season upon about being surrounded with low to no curse energy havers right before he gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
These humans are little more than fly heads. And Infinity Prison Realm is like Toji.
In a way.
Well, I mean, I guess Inverted Spear of Heaven is also like domain amplification.
Just like some random item that's gonna pop you.
Yeah, because Choso, Hanami, and Jogo just start.
It's so funny that Choso's here. He's not interested.
No, but he does just like killing a bunch of people.
Yeah, his power is he's like a bloodbender, right? He slurps it out of their heads.
Yeah, and like shoots it through their heads also like a bullet.
He doesn't do anything of any value in the entire fight.
No, he makes a cool visual happen where he like blasts
when the blood
Gojo
like,
with like
splats off the Limitless. It looks cool.
Yeah. Jogo and Hanami wind up and do a big punch, and they explain that they're using domain amplification, which will nullify a technique, specifically Limitless, so they might get close to be able to punch him. But his ass teleports away.
He teleports!
He just says,
How can you hitting him? He can teleport.
Yeah. And this is like intercut with Geto explaining a bunch of things on the playground with Bubbles, and it's just, they're genuinely adorable to see like Hanami and Mahito and Dagon just like frolicking around the playground playing with Bubbles. And also, I bet all those kids died.
Oh yeah, for sure. He exploded them into creatures. I know he did.
Absolutely. What happens next?
Gojo calls Jogo bald. Hey, Baldy.
Would you consider Jogo bald?
He has like a chimney stack.
Yeah, to me, like, if anything, like, the man's got a mohawk, kinda. Like, if I was translating this to a human haircut, the closest thing I could get...
is more bald than Jogo, yeah.
Oh, Hanami, you could like, fucking, like, you could see a reflection in Hanami's head.
Yeah. It's just a very funny insult to pick.
Yeah. And here they explain why Gojo can't use Infinite Void, because the domain expansion would squish a bunch of humans up against the barrier, and it would kill many of them. But they also can't use domains, because then that would become acceptable losses for Gojo.
Mm-hmm. Please understand.
And so no domains. But Gojo takes off the blindfold and gets sexual. Yeah. Just hold on to him for 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, and then I will prison realm his ass.
I'm putting his ass in the cube.
Yeah, I'm putting his ass in the contraption. The next time on is funny because it's just like, oh, time to talk about Satoru Gojo's good points, and all of them just says strength. He is very wealthy.
Don't forget, and Gojo's like, you really can't discount that last one.
Yeah, he's got. Gojo says, if you still sleep, kill yourself because it's gonna bad Tuesday.
Gojo doesn't sleep. I know he doesn't. Because he's always on that grind.
He's always on that grind. And by grind, I mean grinding his brain into paste.
Yeah.
And then reforging it, and then regrinding it, and then reforging it, and so on and so forth.
This is the number one thing he loves to do. Just based on, like, percentage of life spent doing it. Number one, grinding and reforming your brain. Number two, gay pining.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm surprised you put that. I was gonna say I'm surprised gay pining is not number one, but like. He is literally spending... there probably is a little bit of time where he is not spending gay pining. Like, I bet there's, like, flashes where he's like, oh, yummy, I got a 7-Eleven
he's, like, eating a treat. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh, my treats fill the void.
What is Gojo's 7-Eleven pickup? Like, what are the three things that my man is getting from 7-Eleven?
God, I don't even know what they have at 7-Eleven.
I think he's getting an Arizona.
Just, like, the sloppiest donut? I don't know.
No, I think maybe like the cinnamon bun, like the one of the Singleton cinnamon bun thingies.
Yeah.
What kind of Arizona is he getting? Probably like one of like the too sweet ones. I'm trying to think which of the Arizonas I don't like because they're too sweet. I would imagine him getting like a sweet tea Arizona.
Sure.
And gum.
Yeah, a Candy Treats.
Like Fruit Stripe specifically.
Yeah, that nasty gum.
Yeah. That Peepum's nasty gum.
Yeah, so the episode just ends with Gojo being like, it's very funny that you think you can beat my ass. I guess we're gonna go. Yeah, we're I've taken the I have Detroit become sexual now. I've taken the blindfold off. We are fighting. This one's for real. Mm-hmm. It's about to become serious.
And now we go to the next episode.
Yeah, next episode starts with, like, the little, like, there's, like, some, like, extra comic panel that he did for some reason, that Gege did, that was, like, how do all the characters of Jujutsu Kaisen view Gojo? And they all say, like, oh, he's funny, or oh, he's annoying, he's pretty annoying. But then they all also say, of course, he's the strongest. Yeah.
I love the fit Nobara has in this. I have that exact same top.
Ooh, okay.
She's just like me for real. Like sleeveless turtleneck, one of the hardest looks you can get. IMO in terms of like a single piece of clothing, sleeveless turtleneck.
It's cool.
Yeah. Nanami is in the 7-3 Lantern Cafe from the first OP.
Yeah, he is. He really goes there.
And then, everyone just says, oh, he's the strongest. And we cut to Gojo breathing like his ass is in heat.
I can't deny it. He's panting hard.
Like, I know there are like a legion of Gojo fans out there who like just popped a chubby at that scene.
But they want him to top and they don't understand. He's the Omega. All right.
He is the Omega, huh?
All right. So Gojo stances up against the bad boy squad and Hanami. He's like, listen, hey, look, it's Hanami. I think we fought like twice before now, and you still don't respect me. I think I'll kill you. Yeah,
he points at him and says, hey, weed. Which is me when I buy weed.
Gojo is straight edge. He's not going to allow this anymore.
Yeah. Hanami grows drugs and sells them to the community.
Stop selling weed to my kids.
Don't
sell weed to my husband.
Oh man, that fucking spiked my audio so bad. They put so much pussy into animating this episode.
Yeah,
like
you have to.
I don't know how they're going to have
all the frames you have.
I don't know how they're going to have like pussy budget left after this episode. Like they did so much, but like I feel like I've said that to myself like multiple times over the course of this season so far.
I mean, like budget, I feel like is not a concern. Jujutsu Kaisen makes $1 bajillion.
Yeah, that's
it's just
true.
The time, and they did take like a month off, so they should be at least a little ahead. If they want to put like another break in here somewhere, I think I would be totally fine with that.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly kind of anticipating another break this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them breathe for a little bit. Let the animators at Mappa work in 18-hour days instead of their standard 20s.
Let them sleep in their beds instead of under their desks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gojo says, "Come on, fight me. You didn't want me to run away. What are you gonna do?" He he jumps up on Jogo and just like rips his arm off in like a really sicko way.
Right, he like lands on it and is like, "Say no," and like rips that thing off. He's like riding that shit for a minute.
Yeah, he rips it off with his pussy.
Yeah.
The hands were not involved.
It's like with pardon me for getting blue, but he's riding that shit like someone with a pussy would ride your knee during sex.
Yeah, no. And his ass is like directly in Jogo's face, but we don't see that POV.
No, we don't. He just like throws Jogo, and it's animated so funny.
He's just like flying through the air. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Because Hanami is like standing on the side of the wall with like roots keeping her feet there. But Gojo just like stands on the wall because he's magic.
Yep, and he can do. Yeah,
he like launches himself on top of her, like lands on her shoulders like a cat attacking you.
Yeah,
and goes like, "Oh, these eye stalks are your weak point, right?" And just like grabs him out. It's so crazy.
Yeah, Hanami is straight up not having a good time.
Yeah, well, she was not.
It's about to get worse.
She underestimated Gojo.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
Yeah, because they both start like attacking him, and then like Gojo's like, when you attack me, I have to expand my domain. Can this weed withstand my shit? And just like amplifies the domain and just like basically walks Hanami into a wall and just like increases the strength of his domain until she pops like a grape.
Yeah, she just like it's not like a blue or a red or anything. He just pops her with Limitless.
Yeah,
just splat it.
It's very it's very sad.
There's
you hate
like
to see
nothing left of her.
No, she is
There's
exploded.
Like a little bit of purple blood and nothing else.
It's very funny that Jogo is like, "Hey Gojo, look at me! I'm about to explode some humans.
Please,
Gojo,
stop doing that."
Gojo, I'm gonna.
Not interested.
Have you are you an Adventure Time watcher by any chance?
It's funny you should ask. I've been like going through the old Adventure Time because I never actually watched most of it. So I'm up to like the 4th season right now.
Okay, so you've seen the Hitman episode then? The Hitman episode?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking like Gojo being like, or Jogo being like, "Gojo, someone's getting hit in the boingloings. The boingloings. Getting hit in them."
He didn't
look.
He didn't look.
Yeah, he didn't look. That to me is like one of the funniest jokes in the entire like.
It was good. It was so funny when he did eventually have to look.
Yeah. Like, listen, if someone tells you that many times that someone is being hit in the boingloings,
I guess I'll check.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to miss a boingloings hitting.
Yeah. God, it's still going on. Wow. Yeah, but Gojo popped her bad. Hanami forced to retire.
Yeah, and then he's like, next. He does, like, the malicious grin that he is making while he is doing this is so sicko.
Yeah, Gojo is, like, completely sicko evil unleashed mode here. He's just, like, loving doing all these murders.
I very much enjoy how, like, evil twisted he looks here. Like, he is very relishing in... Like, this is not the first time we've seen, like, Gojo just...
Yeah, Gojo he's just like very much in the Toji fight, too, partially.
Yeah, he's also like this when he kills... or not kills, the fucking... What's his name? From season 1, who, like, wanted to make a coat rack.
I will never remember that guy's name.
Juzo or something?
Sure.
It's got a Z in it, I know, But yeah, when he like just like twists all of his limbs into into a fucking Twizzler.
Yeah, I mean Gojo has like a million incredible powers that he never gets to use. If you got to use your cool power, you'd be pretty hyped up, even if it's like
right. He's like, oh, finally, I get to fucking stretch my legs and actually like put some pussy into this.
Yeah.
We get a long scene of like Jogo, Hanami, Mahito, and not Geto playing mahjong together.
Yeah.
And Geto's explaining prison realm.
Yeah, I know there's like mahjong like symbolism going on. I remember seeing posts about it like when it was just the manga. I don't remember exactly what it is though.
The only symbolism I know, because I double checked this last night, is that later on when Geto reveals his hand at the same time that he like reveals Prison Realm and is like his ace in the hole, his checkmate, everything.
Yeah.
The hand he flips is it's called 13 Orphans. It's basically like, from what I can understand, it is like I think the closest equivalent I can draw is like shooting the moon in hearts or in spades.
No, I don't know that either, unfortunately.
It's basically that, like, you get a single component of, like, every possible, good hand, and it's, like, if you do not get all 13 of them, if you get, like, 12 out of 13, it is just, like, a fucking dirt, awful, dog shit hand.
Okay.
But if you get that 13th, then, it's, like, almost unbeatable, if not unbeatable.
Okay.
I do not know how mahjong works.
Yeah, okay. No, the metaphor holds, though. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What I really want to say is the clicky tile sound are quite delightful.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the number one reason to play mahjong.
Oh, absolutely.
Those tiles have just incredible hand feel and ear sound.
My family for years has loved playing dominoes at like every family gathering, and I get exact same like clacky click since sound.
Yeah, you got a clicky clacky on.
Yeah, it's delightful.
All right, so
my notes here say, what if it was Prion Realm? And then I said, I mean, Gojo is basically doing that to himself anyways.
He's got Prion diseases badly.
Yeah.
So basically, the evil Geto says, the only thing that you need to do to make the prison realm work is you have to keep Gojo in its zone of effect for 1 full minute. And they play mahjong for a little, like a whole nother round before Jogo's like, hey, why the fuck are you asking me to do something that impossible? What if I burn you alive right now?
Yeah, like the complete no-sell for 30 seconds of them just playing mahjong in silence, and then Jogo like exploding his head.
It's very funny that they just play little games together.
They do.
Why? Why are they always playing board games?
What if you could make the curse gang play one board game together? What would you like to see them play?
Oh, fuck.
Because we've had mahjong, we've had life.
I want them to play like Catan or something where they.
I was also literally about to say Catan. Yeah. Monopoly would also be fun. They would all fucking hate it.
So Evil Geto says, "Hey, don't worry. The minute thing has like a loophole, so I'll talk to you about that later. Just go ahead and install as much time as you can." Yeah.
Jogo like takes off running after Hanami explodes and like starts hucking dudes at Gojo, and they always kind of like. Yeah, they just kind of smack against the limitless barrier, like fucking flies on a windows, flies on a windows. Yeah, and then
the audience is like gasping when it happens.
Yeah,
as if this guy hasn't been flying around.
Yeah.
But the train comes. We're all safe. The train is here.
Yeah, Yeah, because we cut right before that. Like we cut to Choso gets in the mix. We see a guy with a Naruto jacket.
It's very funny when Joe goes like, Choso, if you don't fucking help right now,
I'll kill your ass.
Like,
and Choso's like, yeah, whatever.
I don't care about Gojo. He's not even part of my blood feud. Right.
We don't. Yeah. But he like explodes a bunch of people's brains and does not do anything against Gojo.
The blood still looks cool though, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this is not doing anything to interrupt his goal of beating them to a pulp in close combat.
Yeah.
He is lowering his defense to special defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see Itadori talking to the one lady who was left on the platform, and she's like, they all turned into monsters and they didn't let me go because the train was full. And then she bubbles up and turns into a monster, Junpei style. Yeah. The time delay. I don't need this answered. It's not really relevant, but I do have to. I am kind of curious here. Like, can Mahito set like conditional transfiguration, or is it just like he timed that out really nicely? It seems like he can do more than just bubble you up, right? Because he fixed the he fixed the boy.
We have seen him do like on a time delay before, like when he fights Nanami, he definitely does like some delayed like work with the cursed corpses that he the cursed corpses that he has.
Pops them big, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I guess I'm asking, like, did he specifically say, okay, 14 minutes, 28 seconds, I think that's when Itadori will be here, versus, when Itadori shows, like, just, like, fucking coding, like, if Itadori then head explode.
Oh, I don't know. It kind of seems like maybe the lady is just, like, out of energy to stop herself from blowing up.
Yeah. Mahito has learned to code.
He doesn't have the patience for that shit. Sorry.
Yeah. But a bunch of a train comes into the station where Gojo is fighting everyone, and then everyone's like, "Oh fuck yes, a train! We're saved! Let's get out of here!" And then they crowd up to the doors, and the doors open. It's just a bunch of transfigured humans. They take a bite out of some dude's brain
first. Obviously, it's basic train etiquette.
Right? Like, come on.
Yeah, and this is Mahito's cutie pie moment of the week, where he
jumps out. He jumps out and says, "Yo-ho!
Joe, go!
Joe, go!" Like, he just, like, the next 30 seconds are just, like, they let someone who is in love with Mahito animate this, because he's just like, "Oh, yay, I did it. You know, I think we should keep a couple of humans around, but after we're all done, because I want to hunt them through the forest."
The most dangerous game, haha.
Yeah.
And Jogo says, "Can I burn the forest down?" And he's like, "Hanami wouldn't like that. Hanami's dead." What?
Maji?
Real shit?
Real shit? No cap?
No cap at all. Yeah, that's what you say when Kenjaku takes the hat off. No cap?
No cap? So no head?
Oh, that's what Gojo says. Oh, so no head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like, Mahito, like, just gets in the mix and starts trying to, like, he, like, surfs on a transfigured human and tries to stab Gojo, and he's, like, very excited to find out that, I can't...
Yeah, your power it works, just like everyone said.
That's crazy, and he, like, then, like, Gojo tries to hit him, and he just jumps out of the way.
Well, never mind. I'm not part of this plan. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Mahito says, you know what the worst part of humans is? There's so fucking many of them.
And then it seems like he makes the ceiling fall down. I don't know how he would do that, but...
Yeah, it's hard to say. Something happens to the ceiling, because the root ceiling that was, like, plugging up a hole just opens, and a whole bunch of people just spill down into it.
And Gojo's reaction is like, ugh, like, whatever.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, this is a stupid plan.
Yeah. There was, like,
does not attempt to save anyone.
Yeah, the narrator just, like, talks about, I don't know if this is the narrator or if this is Geto talking, or not Geto talking. But it's just like, Gojo is capable of cold logic, but the ratios are changing too rapidly. The number of,
I think it was Mahito, right? Because Mahito was, like, comparing him to Itadori. Like, Itadori's an icy boy. And if this happened to him, he would be, like, very upset and freaking out. But Gojo don't care that much.
Yeah, but then he also says Gojo's acceptable losses are humans killed by curses, but not humans killed by Satoru Gojo.
He will never do his domain expansion eating my cereal.
Yeah, he will never do this on concrete.
And then they all go, what? In like a triple cut, and it cuts to Gojo doing his famous finger thing.
Yeah, and activating Infinite Void for 0.2 seconds.
0.2 seconds, and it still like stun locks everyone.
Yeah, we see a Joker costume.
So then the old lady narrator comes in.
I think that I could handle Infinite Void for a second or two. I think I would be able to handle it.
Sarah, it was 6 months and 0.2 seconds.
I could handle it.
So that would be 0.4. So it
what,
it
6
be,
months and 0.2
yeah,
seconds? So like 5
years.
10
years. Or 5 years?
5 years, yeah. I mean, shit, if I can just like, if I can pick and choose the information, I just get to skip my doctoral program then.
10 years and 2 seconds. Not good. It is interesting here that like the narrator says that there are survivors of the incident. Like that's new information that we don't have.
Well, yeah, not everyone dies here. Not everyone
Just so you know,
here.
not 100% of all the humans in this room will die.
Yeah. Some people will survive. But then, yeah, everyone is just stun locked, and Gojo just runs around and just, like, rips... Like, it's like the fucking, from Midnight Sun, Twilight book, when Edward is like, oh, I can kill everyone in this cafeteria in 7.3 seconds.
Yeah, he's running around like a cat at midnight.
Yeah, just, like, ripping heads off.
Yeah, he's got the zoomies. He kills
he does the Naruto one at one point.
Transfigured humans in 5 minutes.
Yep, 299 seconds specifically.
He did it in under 5. That was his goal, obviously.
Yep. But then, unfortunately, when he is done with that and breathing like he is in heat, he sees there was a cube.
He's in heat because he smelled it.
Yeah, there's a cube.
Oh, a cube. And then, the evil ghetto activates the cube phrase, and it pops open, and it's like a flesh square with an eye.
Yeah.
And Gojo's like, well, I don't like that. And it's like reflecting with my face in a hole. That can't be good.
It looks like the last surviving human from that one episode of Doctor Who.
It does. Yeah, it's all stretched out nasty.
Yeah. And Gojo's like, I gotta get out of here. This doesn't seem very good.
Yeah, he takes like 2 steps away, and then, uh-oh.
Satoru.
He doesn't say it like that.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He says, hey, Satoru.
Yo.
Satoru.
They say it like in a very like tender way, which is how you know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Geto was never saying it like that.
Yeah. And Gojo's like, is this a trick? Is this a transfiguration technique? No, it's really him. And he does like a little smile.
It's so fucked.
It's so sad.
The smile is anime new.
Yeah.
They put in a little like disbelieving happy smile. We're like, okay, so we should say what's actually happening.
Yes.
So the evil ghetto that we've seen for like, 2 full seasons now, has been like carefully concealing their existence from Gojo. And this is the first time they come right out and be like, hey, Satoru, look, it's me, your dead boyfriend. Remember me? And he's just like, holy fuck. What the hell? Because, he killed him.
Yeah, he pulped him a year ago.
It was 10 months ago. He killed him. And he, I know he was fucking crying his gay little eyes out. They don't show that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, Geto Suger has been dead for 10 months, but here he is on the train platform. Hey, Gojo. Satoru. Long time no see. And he's
long time no see, bestie.
Like, holy shit, this is my dead boyfriend? And we get, a flashback through all the scenes from the Flashback Boys, the young Satoru Gojo Boys arc. And cut in it is Gojo's giving this tragically sad little smile, holy shit, he's here, I'm so happy to see him,
my special guy. And
during that flashback, the condition of the prison realm is you have to keep him there for a minute, but it only has to be a minute in their head.
It's a fascinating rule of the prison realm.
How does it know?
Yeah.
But they don't actually say this part in the anime, but Gojo was there for much longer than a minute. He was there for 3 full years in his brain.
He experienced all of it.
Yeah, and then the prison realm fucking gets him. Me when I get you.
Yeah. He goops. His ass gets fucking gooped.
Yeah, and the bonds shoot out from him. They don't go in at him, they come out. Yeah, and like attach to a bunch of squares, and Gojo's like, oops.
You got
me sleeping. You know, if my
Boo caught me sleeping.
If my ex puts me in the prison realm, that's on me. He caught me slipping.
I would despise being put in the prison realm personally. That seems like it would suck.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Gojo's like, well, I guess this is checkmate. Oops. So who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And they really try it, like, whoa, what? I'm Ghetto Suguru. Don't you remember me? That's so sad. And Gojo goes in with one of his most famous gay lines of the world, which is, obviously, my magic eyes are telling me that you're Suguru, but my soul knows otherwise.
Yeah.
So who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And this motherfucker goes, ugh, yucky. How did you know? This is number one Kenjaku homophobia moment.
Yeah.
How could you tell that I was not your boyfriend that you known for a million years and love and think about every day?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I didn't say your name in the right way at all? Or because he would not fucking do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this guy who looks like the boyfriend that I killed 10 months ago, put my ass in the prison realm. I don't think that's him.
I don't think my boyfriend would do this. I think my boyfriend would kill me or would try to kill me or do nothing.
Giving me a little kissy.
Something along these lines.
I'm not getting a kissy right now. I'm actually trapped in an ancient technique, so I think that you're probably not him.
Yeah, I think you're pulling some wool over my eyes here.
So then, they pull out the little forehead stitches and pop that top right off.
Yep, and it is a brain with teeth.
There's
a very white
there.
brain.
What's interesting is, like, while they're talking with, like, the brain exposed, the brain mouth doesn't talk. It's still the ghetto mouth. Yeah. So I don't know what the mouth is for. What that mouth do, I don't know.
Yeah, it's, you know,
that's
a good question,
imagine
honestly.
that it eats the old brain.
Yeah, it's hungry.
Yeah. So basically, they don't say their name here, but I just want to call them Kenjaku from now on.
Yeah, it's Kenjaku.
It's not a spoiler what their name is.
Yeah.
So this is like
what's weird is that, like, we don't find out their name for like another not until at least after the end of Shibuya in the manga.
I think it's like at the end of the fight or something, right? Well, whatever.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, everyone was calling them like Getu for a long time. Don't like that.
Yeah, Getu or pseudo Geto.
Yeah. Well, this is Kenjaku, so you can just call them that if you'd like. Neutral pronouns, if you don't mind.
Ken Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ken Jackson. Ooh, I am not real.
Kenny J is what you can call them. And they are an ancient brain. The technique is I can take over any body by replacing their brain with me. And also I can use their powers, and also I have all their memories. And I really wanted to become Geto Suguru because his power is cool, and also because you're just so gay for him, man.
Yeah, I really wanted this situation. I really wanted to put you in this situation.
Oh, they put his ass in the situation.
It's quite... Yeah, they put his ass in the situation. It's quite tragic.
So then Gojo's like, well, this is a cool plan, but did you forget about the special boy who defeated Geto previously? And we get to see some scenes from the movie.
Yeah, and Geto says, like, he beat me with cheese strats. I would never have lost that in BO3.
Yeah, like, he had, like, a big magic demon that loved him, and I definitely don't think he has her anymore, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, his Johns are crazy.
They say, like, I just don't see in Yuta what you see. Not impressed.
Yeah.
What,
yeah.
He just has the ability to copy any technique without the drawbacks and an unlimited source of cursed energy? Not impressed.
I'm built different.
It is funny that they literally do use, like, the scenes from the movie. I thought they weren't going to, because there were, like, some parts that were animated in the movie in the flashback arc that they just, like, reanimated completely. So I was like, oh, I guess they're not going to use those. But they do include, like, a couple clips of Yuta and Geto fighting, and then there's also, during Gojo's tragic flashback, there's also a couple quick clips of when he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He remembers.
Did you think that the brain would be white?
No. I was always assuming just kind of a regular brain color.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of the color that a brain is, like, posthumously, right?
Well, yeah, because there's no blood in it.
Yeah. But, I feel like on the on the volume cover that Kenjaku got, like, that brain is also not white.
Yeah. I mean, the cover
Gojo said white brain. Gojo said white brain. You can't be talking like that.
That is not my boyfriend.
No.
Yeah. So, basically, Kenjaku's just like, well, got you. Bye bye. I guess I'll let you out of the box in like, maybe like 1,000 years. You're kind of in the way of all my plans. So
yeah, you're a little too OP.
I'll see you in the new world.
Good night. Good night, Gojo. Let us meet again in the new world.
Yeah. And then we go over to Itadori. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, I'm getting a call on my Mudaphone. What does it say? Oh, it says we're fucked.
Hold up 1 second. MF Trout calling me.
Obviously a Pike. I hate this website.
And that's the episodes.
Yeah. The next time on is like Itadori asking Meme about her skincare routine. And she's like, well, I don't mind you asking. Obviously, I do a lot, but a lot of it comes down to genetics. People like Gojo probably don't do anything and still have smooth and beautiful skin.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, Gojo, is it true? And he says, yeah, I don't do anything. His last joke before he goes in the box.
Yeah, he goes away forever. He goes away. He goes bye-bye.
You don't get to play with him anymore.
Itadori, my son. We have been defeated.
Not again!
Goodbye, bye. I know I did that joke like last episode, but thank you.
Oh, goodbye, bye. Oh, very sad.
We have question.
Oh, we have question. I'd love to answer it.
Givenchy Muyo at Nickel Wolf asks, can Kenjaku smoke weed through Geto's body, or does he have to open the lid and put the blunt in his nasty little brain mouth?
That's a great question. What if he did both at the same time?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the idea of like both of them just like
pass the blunt to my brain.
Yeah, just back and forth.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this.
Oh, fuck. We have to stop that nasty brain.
Listen, he's smoking that loud.
It's mids to me. Alright.
Kenjaku is ancient as fuck. He gets destroyed off half a hit of that booty shit.
Yeah. In my day, yeah, the stuff that I was smoking back then, there's just absolute dirt compared to...
Yeah, just the Joe Biden, like, oh, I want to smoke brick monologue.
That's what they're doing all this for.
Yeah.
We have to go back to the traditional brick of the days that I was born. Yeah.
Shall we domain expansion Forbidden Library?
Sure. We can go to spoilers.
Spoiler zone.
I don't really want to talk about the manga spoilers right now.
No? Too tender?
It's not that exactly. It's just like, obviously he was hamburger styled, very sad.
Yes.
I'm still not convinced he's dead.
I don't know. Like, if any character in history can come back from, if any character in, like, manga can come back from this, I think it's Gojo, but also, like,
the heaven sequence was quite convincing for sure.
Yeah.
And it is so, crazy, tragic, sad for it to be, like, it kind of implies, like, well, Gojo could have come back, but he was happiest when he was, like, with his little teen buddies, so he doesn't want to be alive anymore. I don't want to be around anymore.
Like Riko was there,
yeah.
And also Kuroya was there, which I think does confirm that she did explode.
Yeah, well, maybe she just died of natural causes. Who knows how old she
was.
Yeah,
it has been like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
entirely possible. She just got hit by a truck.
It's crazy that Gojo will be like, in his final death moments, he'll be like, wish my boyfriend was here to see me die.
Yeah,
luckily he's in heaven. My boyfriend who aren't in heaven.
I will say, as someone who's been like kind of vocally flagging on the manga lately, honestly, Gojo getting sliced in half has really reinvigorated a good amount of...
Yeah, I mean, because Gojo can't do the last battle, right? Because he's not the main character, no matter what we feel.
Right. And seeing like Kashimo being the one to like just swing in on his like fucking electricity.
I've always said Kashima's good.
I'm excited for this fight. This upcoming shit.
Yeah.
Given this is another instance of this sinking, what do you think the over-under is on Nobara reappearing when the week that her face explode?
That would be really good, right?
I feel like honestly, I think it's more, I am more of a believer now than I was before Gojo exploded.
Right? Yeah. Because there was that thing, years ago, where Gege was like, I haven't decided how I want to end the manga, but I think either one person will live, or one person will die, out of, the main four, right?
Right.
And if Gojo
I thought what he said was that,
and
I thought specifically what he said was, one of the kids will live, or all three of the kids will live.
No, it was, the main four, including Gojo.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, then, yeah.
And if Gojo dies here, and Nobara also dies, then it has to be, probably Megumi dies as well, right? And that would be, a really kind of tragic ending. And I feel like that's not exactly what he's going for. So I think it would make more sense for just Gojo to die and for Nobara to come back. Yeah,
throwing himself on the funeral pyre for the sake of the new world.
Yeah, and he gets his happy ending, as tragic as that is. And I'm not sure what Suguru is doing in heaven after the events that he went through, but...
Yeah.
Hey, who let this guy up here?
It's like that fucking TikTok, the Chainsaw Man one, where Aki's like, Himeno, this one's for you, babe. And,
her ass is not in heaven.
Yeah, her ass is not in heaven.
Yeah, Suguru, you killed probably thousands of people. Your ass is not in heaven.
Yeah, no, your ass is your ass is not achieving samsara this time around, buddy.
Oh, kill your dad, Suguru. He'll be reincarnated as Lotus Flower. He did.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah. Typically, heavens don't like when you do that.
No, patricide is very often frowned on, I find.
It's the one I was reading, for whatever fandom reason, I was reading the worst crimes you can do in Buddhism, and killing your parents is one of them. Actually, killing your parents is two of them, because it's your mother and your father.
Yeah.
So he went ahead and did that shit. But because Gojo wants him to be in heaven, there he is. So you're lucky.
Yep.
I know he was in hell for 10 months, and now Gojo has forcibly yanked him into heaven.
Yeah. Just it's his +1.
Yeah. Come on, I'm special boy. I get a +1.
Right, throughout heavens and earth, I alone am the honored one. Come on, let me bring a buddy.
I gotta get my boyfriend up here. Come on, it's not my heaven without him.
Do you want me in heaven or not? Because if I can't have him, I'm not coming.
Literally, he's staying dead because his boyfriend is there, and people will say he's not gay. Whatever.
Yeah. I do think this does bode kind of poorly for our grand finale 2-page sloppy makeout.
I know they keep kissing in heaven. You can do even crazier sex stuff in heaven.
That's true.
But then again, he might also just come back. Who knows?
Yeah, impossible to say. We'll be back in 2 weeks and just be like, yeah, well, he's back.
Yeah, Gojo and his boyfriend are both back, and they're gonna do a team up combi.
It would be really funny if Gojo was thought dead and outsped Itadori for fastest recovery time in terms of this character is, because in the manga not only from the reader perspective, not from the other character's perspective, Itadori was dead for 2 chapters tops.
God, was it even that? I feel like it was just pages.
It might have been.
We go into the Sukuna dimension where he's there.
Yeah. But it would be very funny if just next chapter, Gojo just no, nuh-uh.
I think they can... Here's what they can do. They can go to Kenjaku, they can get that nasty brain out of there, put Geto back in there, and then Geto can get Gojo back.
Yeah, okay. Easy. Yeah, this is... We need to go assemble the 7 Dragon Balls, but this should be doable.
I mean, there's plenty of people with ridiculous techniques that can do whatever.
Right, there is an angel hanging around.
Yeah, there's an angel with the Mercial. There's the guy who can just bend reality for a bit.
Just for a bit, yeah.
I mean, a bit as in a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was funny. It would be pretty funny if Gojo lived. Think about it.
It would be, like, it's just all I've been able to think about all week is the scene from the start of Walk Hard when, like, baby Dewey Cox, like, cuts his younger brother in half at the waist, and he's just, like, his legs are still upright, and his torso is still, like, functioning and talking, being like, I'm cut in half pretty bad, Dewey.
He's cut in half pretty bad right now. But I think he'll get better.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Don't worry.
Did you see the post that was, like, in, like, a subway, there was, like, a Young Boys Arc ad, and everyone was, like, putting, like, remembrances on the Gojo face?
That's pretty good.
He was, like, the post was, like, he's our Princess Diana. I'll find the picture for you. It was so good. It was, like, everyone was putting drawings, and there were, like, a bunch of, like, lipstick kisses on his face. Oh, he's our beautiful princess. And he's in heaven now.
He's beautiful, and he's dying.
He's beautiful, and he's cut in half badly.
Yeah. Very sad.
But he will get better. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
All right.
I think, is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
All right.
Thanks everyone for listening. Gojo, he went in the box, but I think he'll get better.
Yeah. Find me on Tumblr, chiesautonakas.tumblr.com. We are on Twitter @SpecialGridSnacks. Thank you to Noisepace.xyz for hosting this and so many other great podcasts. Thank you to Noah @OwlDude for our great intro outro music, Lost in the Bug Snacks. Thank you to Anyan @KalalaFairArt for our great cover art. And that's all my stuff.
Thank you everyone for listening. I don't think that there's going to be any delay in the next 2 weeks of the show. There probably won't be any delay in the next 2 weeks of the podcast either. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, it's impossible to say.
But until then, let's go get some snacks.
Let's go get some snacks.